Good morning. As Commissioner Weejan noted, we have been working on budget for multiple weeks now, and we continue to have more budget sessions scheduled for the upcoming weeks. The next one scheduled are July 11th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., July 12th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., and July 13th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to try to work in another session in there, and we will make that noted aware, or make the public aware of that so you can attend. Because this court encourages all citizens and employees to listen and participate in the process as much as possible, so you have a say on how your tax dollars are being spent. For those of you that have listened and participated thus far, as well as for the thousands I've met along the campaign trail, you know that I have a very specific financial philosophy about how your taxpayer dollars are being spent. This includes all taxpayer dollars, whether they arise from your land taxes, your sales tax, or federal funds provided to the county. As I've stated many times, the citizens of this county are the most generous in the state of Texas, and the best way we can further the expressions of your kindness, especially in today's economy, is to leave as many of your taxpayer dollars in your own pocket so that you can choose where to donate these dollars. My philosophy is small government. It is that these are your dollars, regardless of which government we get them from, and should be used in the most efficient way possible and to promote small government. It's not the job of the government to demand your taxpayer dollars be paid in, and then for the government to choose which projects should be supported. Your dollars, your choice. This may be considered change from past leadership to some, but we know there have been some very sound financial decisions made by your prior leaders throughout the history of this county. My focus today is what challenges does the county face right now with the changing economy and difficult problems that we are currently dealing with. That's it. We citizens are doing more with less, and so must your county. Adopting a financial philosophy is critical to the county's future success. Philosophies like zero-based budgeting are now being used in private and public sectors in light of the economy. Zero-based budgeting is a technique where all expenses must be justified for a new period or year, starting from zero, versus just continuing from the previous budget and saying this is how it's always been done. This system of budgeting allows us to put a fresh set of eyes on all your taxpayer dollars and to make informed choices on how you want them spent. This system of budgeting arose after the 2008 recession. It is a way to prevent government overspending if economic times have changed. Facing budget cuts and increased public scrutiny, governmental agencies have begun using this technique instead of line by item incremental budgeting. I hope this explains why there may be some of you who see that what I am doing has changed, but it's change with a purpose in mind, to secure our economic future in light of the changing economy. There are advantages to using a zero-based budgeting philosophy. It results in a budget that is well justified and aligned to strategy. It catalyzes broader collaboration across our organization. It supports cost reductions by avoiding automatic budget increases, which will result in tax savings, and improves operational efficiencies by rigorously challenging all assumptions. Change is happening all around us, and we must address that change. I will continue to utilize the system that takes your tax dollars and leaves as much in your pocket as possible, while also stretching every dollar that you donate to the county through taxes. Having a $15 million budget reserve balance for emergencies, not taking on new debt, and getting our fundamental operating costs as tight as possible are my priorities. And I hope my colleagues will learn to trust the process and join me as much as possible. Also, as you know, this is a court of 5 people. My fellow commissioners are each elected to represent the best interests of their individual precincts, while I've been elected to look at the best interests of the county as a whole. This system of government is what makes our democracy great, because you may see on occasion that we as a court disagree, but that is the heart of a working government. The most important point is that you engage in a robust debate in open court, so you, the public, can see how we are paying the bills. Aside from that, the county has come to terms on an investment project. The county has come to terms with the city of Bernie to acquire the old Public Works building that Das Greenhouse walked away from. I believe this is a hard asset for the county that will avoid us having to go out for a new bond to build a new administrative building or a justice center. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So the county is ready to take full advantage of the opportunity that dropped in our lap to renovate the building in a manner much cheaper than Doss Greenhouse and give our employees the additional space they need to provide the services to our citizens. At this time, we'll move on to agenda item 4, declaration of conflict of interest. This is an opportunity for members of the court to identify and disclose actual perceived conflicts of interest. At this time, would any member of our court like to make a declaration of an actual, apparent, or potential conflict as to any item